today we are going to learn about IBOutlet. So in today's topic we are basically learn what is IBOutlet, why IBOutlet is required to know, how we are going to use IBOutlet, how many different ways we can use IBOutlet very effectively, and so on. So in today's video I request you guys to don't skip any particular section, otherwise you might lose some vital information which may impact on learning in the long run. So without no more words, let's begin. So as usual, first create a new blank project. For that, just click on this particular create a new xcode project over here. Then select iOS app, click on the next. Since it's a test project, giving name as test and leave as it is uncheck these options. Click next. Leave this checkbox also unchecked since it's a test project, so I am creating it on the desktop, so just any name I can provide over here and create. So guys, you can see our project is created and this is our storyboard. So first of all, I will do to change the device. So I change it to iPhone SE so that it would be easily visible on the screen. And first of all, I am going to delete this particular scene from the storyboard and also the view controller from this particular project, so that I am going to create everything from the very scratch. So to create a new view controller, what we need to do, just right click on this particular scene delegate.swift over here, and I mean over here, not this particular scene delegate, you can click on the assets also, you can click on the app delegate also, I mean any file. Just right click on any file and select these particular options will appear and select new file. So after selecting new file, this kind of pop-up will appear, or else you can also do what, just click on this particular plus icon and over there file. So after that the same pop-up will appear. From here you need to select iOS, then after Cocoa Touch class, and then after next. So over here, since it's a IBOutlet tutorial, so I am giving name as IBOutlet view controllers. It's a subclass of view controller. Whatever we are seeing in the screen, that is view controller. Leave the checkbox as unchecked for the also create XIV, because we are not going to use XIV, we are using storyboard. So leave the checkbox as unchecked, and language we are going to use as a Swift, not Objective-C. So click on the next. So this is the group in which we are going to create, and this is the target. So what is group, what is target, I will explain in future tutorial. For the time being, don't change anything, just create the file. So our IBOutlet view controller is being created. So just delete the already predefined code. Okay, so after deleting, just we are going to the storyboard, and to create a view which is being displaying on the screen, for that we need to click on this particular plus icon and type over here UI view controller. So you guys can see this is a view controller, it's displaying over here also, because if you guys by chance type only view, so a lot of views start to appear. Okay, so you need to select the specific view controller, so just drag and drop over here. So this is the view controller, but if we simply just drag and drop over here, it will not be the IBOutlet view controller, because if you guys go on this particular tab, you can see the class is not yet set. So to do that, you guys need to type IBOutlet view controller, then enter. Now you guys can see that outlet view controller scene, the name is also changed. Okay, now to set the IBOutlet very easily, what you guys need to do, just click on this, close this particular sidebar and click on this particular plus icon. So after that, this is also storyboard, this is also storyboard. So from here, just click on this storyboard and select the class corresponding this particular view controller. So what it's currently happening, the screen what we are going to design is display over here, and the corresponding class start to display here. So first we are going to place a label. So for that, what we need to do, just select the view controller, click on this particular plus icon and drag a label on this particular screen. So we have taken our first label. Then after, control drag, and you guys can see a bar start to appear, that is insert outlet or outlet collection. We are going to create only outlet, not outlet collection. What is outlet collection? We will learn later. For the timing, we will only learn IBOutlet. So insert outlet. So just release the control and the mouse button. So over here you can see this is outlet, not outlet collection. So leave it as it is. What object, I mean for which class this IBOutlet will be created, that is outlet view controller, that is IBOutlet view controller. Since this is a label, so I am giving name as label text. This is a type of UI label, and storage as weak. Option strong and weak. What is the difference between strong and weak? I will explain later. So simply just click on the connect, and you guys can see the IBOutlet is created. So what is IBOutlet? Now you guys can see it's a label. Till now what we have done, that we have taken a label from using these options. So basically what we did till now, we have taken some label, and over there from the file inspector we have created some data over here like this way. Okay, so like this way we have done so far. But what in case of some data need to be set or some text need to be set during the runtime of the project? So IBOutlet basically a connection between the design, the screen which is going to represent, and the code corresponding that particular screen. That means this particular class identified this particular label by this name, so that if any command this particular view controller going to give this particular label, he call this particular label by this name. Say example, I am going to assign some text. So what I will do like label text dot text. Text is a property of every label. So development with cursor, like this way. So what command we have given over here, that during the runtime I am setting the text value as development with cursor. So let's give it to run first. Let's see what is the output. So give it to run. The project start to run, but you can see a black screen appear, and over here a error message start to display, and the message written over here like failed to instantiate the default view controller for UI main storyboard file main. Perhaps the designated entry point is not set. What does that mean? That's mean somehow we forgot to give in the entry point for that particular project. So that means in this particular storyboard we forgot to provide the entry point. That's mean this particular check mark is initial view controller. Until this arrow appear, iOS didn't understand from which particular screen it start to launch. So now give it to run once again. Now our project starts to run, but the problem is you can see the label got truncated. Development word is fine, but then after dot dot dot. But over here I given the complete sentence as development with CoStub. So the problem is we have not provided any constraint. So for that iOS didn't know in which direction how much this label need to be increased its size. So for that we need to provide the constraint. So I am going to provide only the leading and top. And that's it. After that, if I give it to run once again, you can see it starts to work properly. That's fine. So there is another approach to make a IBOutlet and IBOutlet connection. For that, let's assume we know the syntax to declare a IBOutlet. So for that, first declare a IBOutlet, IBOutlet with var button test. Just assume this is for UI button. Okay. So go to the storyboard, then after drag a button. So select this view controller and go to the very last tab. You can see the button test is start to display over here. Just if you move the cursor over here, you can see a plus icon start to appear. Just click and drag and this particular blue line starts to appear. You just need to connect to a proper control, and that's it. The connection got established. To disconnect any IBOutlet, over here you can see there is a cross button, so you just need to click on this particular cross button, and that's all the IBOutlet connection got disconnected. And another way to connect IBOutlet, that is right click on this particular view controller either here or here and just simply drag this particular to a specific control. Since it's a button test, that's mean it's this IBOutlet is made for a button, so if you drag it to a UI label, it won't work. It need to drag to a button only. Similar way, this label test is created for a label, so if you drag it to a button, it will not work. You need to drag it to a UI label. So that's the way IBOutlet works. Since the IBOutlet is set for the label and the button, so if I give a command to a button to change its title, to change the text of the button, we need to set the title for the button. So give the command like button test dot set title, and the title is test title, and it's for normal state, and that's it. Give it to run and let's see what happens. And as you can see, it's displaying as development with Kaustav from here and test title, because I have given from here the test title, but from the storyboard you can see over here it is displaying as a button. So that's mean during the runtime we are setting the data. So IBOutlet basically used to access a specific control during the runtime and give a specific command to that particular control. So that's all for today. If you guys like my content, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I am coming back in the next day with a new item. Till then, have a nice day. Bye.